Yeah, I think it's a scale.
Typically, anytime everything goes back, there's a mat in the
It's Althea Viafora for Vernissage TV, and I'm with Raphaele Shirley, and we're at the Scope Art Fair 2007, and we're standing inside of one of Raphael's recent pieces. Does the piece have a title?
So I called it Elevation in Time, and it's sort of a play on words because it's a model, so it's a prototype of an actual installation that would be set in Monte Carlo. So it's an elevation, it's an actual full-scale elevation of a concept. And there's a issue of time because all my work is studying time, as in, you know, how does architecture, how does form evolve over time, like archetypically. And so I'm making reference to that in this picture down here, which is actually a piece of styrofoam, but it could also look like an arena, which is something that's in the future or something in the past. So there's always a play. So this is an elevation in time, is referring to the elevator.
We're standing in an elevator.
So this is a metaphor, it's like a poetic reference to an elevator. That's why I put all this technology up here. It's just, that is referring to the doors, it's referring to the mechanics that would be in an elevator, but I put them raw because that's my training and my taste. I just wanted to counterbalance this sort of hyper clean of photography with something a little bit kind of raw. So,
which is also a sound installation.
Yeah. So I put the sound, which is music that I listen to when I create these pictures, and it's really, those soundtracks are really important to me because they bring me to a place which generally is this sort of travel in time. So when I listen to this music, I'm you know, just I can finally concentrate. And so for the last 5 years I've been photographing all this styrofoam and listening to this music and sort of traveling. And so I actually played it in this booth, kind of reflecting also elevator music. Yes. But completely deturning it and going into this this sort of joke, this you know, it's a bit interactive, so it plays with the public because I wanted something that would entertain my gallerists so they wouldn't get bored over the next 3 days, and also for the public, so that, you know, because they're looking at so much art, it's something that would actually be fun.
So the building that this was commissioned for, this was one of 3 elevators.
Actually, yeah, four different elevators, and it's a Gio Ponti building, and this architect by the name of Piero Manara is redoing the lobby, and he's really got very progressive ideas of what you can do with architecture. So on the one hand, he's sort of creating the original Gio Ponte style in the lobby. He's redoing it, but he wanted the elevators to be just a complete turn in style and direction. So he basically asked me to do this after seeing some of my tiles. He asked me to make this.
So you're traveling in time and place in every way, not just metaphorically, but you're traveling through sound, you're traveling through space and distance, you're traveling from the outside space to the inside space. And I understand that you're half French and half American, and you live in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, and your family, you have architects in your family, so you were actually raised in this concept of what space means.
Yeah, it's kind of viral. It's hard to get that out of my mind. It's incredibly influenced by my grandparents. My grandfather had a stone quarry and was sort of helping my great uncle reconstruct churches in the south of France after the war. Actually, we have some pieces at the cloisters. We shipped stones for the cloisters in New York, and then he was like a kind of an important member of the French architectural community and a utopian architect. So he made all these sort of very rounded shapes. And you know, was an inventor, so he actually created some type of new forms of architecture which were used during the war. And anyway, it's
well, it feels, I mean, your descendants certainly, because as we stand inside, we're in this jewel-like, beautiful space. It's not just the physicality of the space itself, but the experience of it.
Well, I guess one of my main sort of concentrations and meditations is about you know, finding meaning, and finding meaning for myself as much as for the world. And when I see these sort of styrofoam pieces walking around in the streets, it reminds me instantly of my home. It reminds of the south of France, of water basins.
Explain what seeing styrofoam pieces means, walking on the streets.
Well, basically I acquired a collection of about 100 pieces of styrofoam, and I've got them off the streets, just walking around, and they catch my eye, as they do actually a lot of people. I've found that there's a lot of people collecting these things. And it catches my eye, but it's all of a sudden I time travel. As soon as I see it, I kind of see my past and all these stone quarries that I used to visit and all these architectures that my uncle used to do. But also I see futuristic designs. I mean, I'm seeing so much. So I basically collected them, put them in my studio, and I've had this sort of 5-year exercise of photographing them and trying to reveal a little bit what I'm seeing inside of them. And then this is all sort of part of that kind of universe of finding meaning and expressing that meaning to the world, you know.
Yes. So. Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you. You're welcome. Basically, you told a story. You know, you started with the present, and then you went back. Yeah. You talked about your family, and then you went to the present, but then the present was with
I can talk a lot, so it's good.
But do you feel like we left out a lot? Because we could go in and speak more, but see, they're graded only. They won't put the sound in.